So, back racing again. Here I am at Free Radio Control Car Club, and this place was the last time I actually raced since the Easter special back in April, and I've just not had a chance to go anywhere for racing purely because of how busy everything has been and a lot of stuff that I've had to get my head into and prioritise. But back here again now. Normally I would race here with the M-07, however this time round I've decided to race with the M-05, which last time I actually raced this was December at the West Wilts Model Car Club at their Christmas meeting. But this is actually the first time I've raced it since I've put a few hop-ups in there. There's steering metal in there, metal rear hubs, so it's fine for club racing and open two-wheel drive, but not fine for stuff like Iconic, but that's what the M03L is for. So, pretty much all ready to go. The novices are currently racing. I've all got the batteries all charged up, tuned it just fine, got the tyre additive on. So, for the first time since December, let's race the M05. So I forgot to hit the cord at the start of the race, but we're... Oh, need to get this. Going a bit gentle on the steering is doing the trick.
The wind warning at 2 minutes is 3, 1, 2, 6, 7, 4, 5.
That's one way to solve it. Sorry. One way to go. I've not touched the tyres since December, so it's... 6,
1, 2, 3, 7. Race over. The finish order is 2, 1, 3, 6, 7, 4, 5.
Well, so I was number 7, so I didn't come last, which was a relief. So I managed to come 5th in that race, and I ended up having 66% charge left in the pack. So power consumption is still not massive, which is thankfully. But overall, I do need to get the tyre issues sorted because I've not actually touched these since West Wilts in December. There's not quite enough glue that's hardening the outer of the tyre, hence why I was having issues with the rolling. But overall, yeah, this does actually perform a lot nicely than the M-07 did previously, because I think I would just prefer the overall handling and riding on this compared to the M-07 for some reason. Don't know what it is. But overall, not a bad race. So, got the battery charged up, getting this thing ready for the second round. So I've changed the field of view to narrow, so I'm not quite sure how this is going to play out, but I'll have to watch back.
2, 1, 3, 4, 5.
Bloody Volantes.
The winning order at 2 minutes is 3, 2, 4, 1, 5.
Sorry. I think that may have been my bad actually.
We'll go joint.
A joint effort, I like it.
Race over.
So I'm not...
3, 2, 1, 4, 5. Improvements to car. 3, 2, 1, 4.
Okay, but no improvements to me then. Okay, so thankfully it was in shot. I might try pointing the camera on my head down a little tiny bit just so it's in shot. Went to the bottom of the track just a little bit more. But this happened. And unfortunately I don't have a spare of these, so maybe sometime after this I might shift this over to metal. Like I've done, I've shifted a few metal pieces here at the back and there at the front, so that's probably going to have to be a list of things to add that I'll have to shift over to metal. So it's going to be an awkward situation, but I'll have to see if I can get this racing again. Okay, mate, we're not quite sure how this is going to turn out. Here we go.
Right. Go on, you go past.
Thank you.
Right, no, good.
So grip roll is my biggest killer, so that's apparently the thing that happens to the best in the M chassis, but I still need to get that under control and get more glue on the tyres sorted. Did you just experience grip roll?
I know, that was bad.
Handling a bit funny all of a sudden.
Oh, come on,
Oh.
Go on as well. No, it's still.
2, 1. Race over.
Just as like the very end of the race. Okay, not exactly the worst performance, but okay, so grip rolling is the only biggest issue with the car so far, and that's easily solvable. I just need to get a bit more glue, but I just didn't have time to touch the tyres before taking this to the race. Other than that, the car itself, brilliant. Drives really nicely, really nice to drive. As long as I've got that grip roll under control, it'll be brilliant. But it's got the battery all charging, there's not really much I can do. But I need to get a little bit more sorted at the back. But other than that, let's cut to the final race of this evening. See how the final race goes down. So I'm going to have to allow the other two to lap because okay, that was concerning because I thought that was my car grinding, but it's not.
Oh, not this way, I know.
Can we get that piece of track straightened, please? Thank you. Trying to get that grip rolling under control, which seems to be working. Right, so I'm not being quite boisterous. Oops. I think I might be there for quite. Thanks. Right, so I'm not being so fast on the steering, which is working for now. Right, so I came last, but I came third, so technically that's a place on the podium.
Well done, mate.
Okay, so that was the first run for the M-05 in, it must be 7 months now, yeah, thinking about it. Overall not a bad run. Need to get that fixed around the back, because the damper tower was broken. I do need to get my grip rolling problem sorted. That I know how to solve it, and I will work on it once I've got a reliable method of doing so. Probably gone a bit, there we go. So in terms of wrapping up this video, I'm actually not going to bother charging the battery because I don't really need to. So I'll cut to probably either inside my car or back at the garage to conclude the video. I do sometimes wonder if I need a bigger toolbox, but when I'm currently using M chassis, it's actually quite a decent size, and everything that I bring with me fits perfectly in the box. Didn't quite know how much I got off that with the narrow view on the camera, but yeah, let's wrap this up. So I've pulled over in McDonald's. I needed somewhere to get some, because I haven't really eaten much all day. I'm not really a huge fan of McDonald's. Typically, for me, it's just a last resort. But I've also got the camera balanced on a steering wheel, and this is the best lighting I can get given where I'm at. But overall, I'm actually really glad that I raced with the M-05 here at Froome today. I think it really needed to, so that I could know what needs improving, where it needs more resilient parts, so that I'm going to get to work on when I can. Grip rolling is another issue that's the bane of my life, because the thing is, my driving's fine, it's just grip rolling that seems to be the biggest killer for me. But once I've got that figured out, I do need to apply a bit more glue round the edges to harden that bit up to stop it from rolling, because you can work in either two. You either have no grip or you end up grip rolling. I hope, but that's I guess that's the way that M chassis tend to go, because I never really had that much of an issue well, I did have an issue with the off-roads, and I know why that was, because the tyres were too soft and cheap. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I didn't quite know what else to say in terms of to wrap up, but I will definitely get onto the M-05, probably race with the M-07 next time. That's if I can find a more reliable way of putting the glue on the edges of the tyres. Because basically my plan with this is to actually get an empty bottle of nail polish, pour some super glue in, because I know already there is some super glue that you can get that have a brush on, but every single one that I've bought has a really, really cheap, nasty brush on it, and it was tipped over and the brush actually broke off, and it's inside the bottle. So that was an interesting night for me. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching. Now, next week's video is going to be interesting because I can't remember if I've actually talked about it on this channel, but I'm going to be building, get this, a brand new Schumacher Cougar SV, which was incredibly difficult to get hold of brand new. And when I saw the opportunity leaped at Hereford Model Centre, I'll explain all of that in the video then, but that's going to be a really, really exciting video. So keep an eye out for that next week. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you then. Okay, so I thought that was going to be the end for this video, but these were the pieces that kind of cost me the race. So you've got the rear shock towers, and so these were the bits that put me out and needed replacing. You can see the damage on the rear tower there, and you can see the cracks just about on the other piece there. But as it turns out, I had spares. I bought these with a set of parts that I needed replacing when the M-05 got damaged, because it was handled very roughly while I was away for a few days. But I've also got spares just in case I do decide to use a different wheelbase configuration. I had them lying around in a box or spares. So it's an instant repair. But that's actually it for this video, so let's end the video there. Thanks for watching.